Hi guys, my name is Mia and I created the Bright You Learning Foundation. So our very first speech and debate class is just going to be a basic overview of some introduction to debate, what is debate, some basic formatting stuff that we need to know for argumentation. So firstly, let's start off with some icebreakers. Tell me one fun thing that you did last week and why it was fun. For my viewers, just write down one fun thing that you did last week and try to just talk about what you liked about it.
Icebreakers. So I'm gonna have everyone raise their hands and tell me one fun thing you did last week and why it was fun. Just for some icebreakers at the beginning of the class. Does anyone want to go first?
I had a grad party.
Oh, you had a grad party? When was the last day of school?
Next Friday. This Friday. This Friday.
What grade are you going to?
6. I'm going to 7.
Oh, I see. What about you guys? Any fun things this week? Yeah?
I bought toys.
You got toys? What toys?
Robots.
Robots? That's cool. What about you?
I don't know.
You don't know? It's okay.
The same thing as Avery. Because you watched him have a good party.
Okay. And now we can go over, first of all, what debate is. Does anyone want to raise their hands and tell me what they think debate is?
An argument?
An argument? Like arguing?
It is actually a myth that debate means arguing because, well, first of all, arguing has a lot of fighting, like over personal opinions or screaming, crying, name calling. It's very emotional, very angry, and we're just kind of yelling at each other. There's nothing that's really organized. But on the other hand, debate are structured, organized thoughts, and it is very in a respectful manner since everyone is taking turns. There's no speaking over another, no crying or screaming, and it's usually not personal or biased opinion since it is a topic that you don't necessarily get to pick your side on. So there are two sides to parliamentary debate. First being affirmative, which affirms or agrees with the topic, and negation, which negates or disagrees with the topic. We can think of this as a pro and op. So proposition, I propose the topic, and opposition, I oppose with the topic. So these are very simple things to remember.
Well, another question, does anyone know how many minutes of prep time debaters get after they receive a topic? 2? There's different types of debate, right? There's
15.
20. So the one that I'm teaching right now is Parli debate. In Parli, you get 20 minutes of prep time. So that's a lot to go over research and stuff. And then you have, each person has 5 minutes each.
In parliamentary or Parli debate, teams consist of 2 to 3 individuals, but for younger elementary to middle school students, it will usually be 3 people since it is very much harder for 2 people. If there are 3 people in a team, then each person speaks once. If there are 2 people, one person speaks twice and the other person speaks once. But we're not going to be talking about 2-person teams just yet. Parli debate structure for middle schoolers, for elementary schoolers and middle schoolers is pretty simple. Every speaker just gets 5 minutes. So first proposition, 5 minutes, first op, 5 minutes, and so on.
Does anyone remember what an AREI is? No? Okay. So, yeah?
It's assertion, reason, evidence, impact.
Yeah, that's right.
Next, let's go over some basic argumentation structure. So in elementary to middle school Parli debate, we use the format AREI. A stands for assertion, which is the argument or the claim you're going to make. For example, if your topic is dogs are better than cats, then your assertion is dogs are better than cats because, for example, dogs are more playful. Next, R. R stands for reasoning. Reasoning is the because statement. It explains why your assertion is true. So earlier in assertion, we already had the argument that dogs are better than cats because dogs are more playful. But however, in reasoning, you explain this even further with logic and, well, reason. So this means your reasoning could be dogs are more playful than cats because dogs usually like to go out more and go on walks, as well as they have a friendly personality and are kind to everyone. Now, next, E stands for evidence. Evidence is the example or statistic that proves your argument is valid. This means that evidence can come in all different sorts. Like, for example, you can get a news article, you can get the evidence from a book, a movie, or even a personal example. However, usually in debate tournaments, it's strongly advised to go against using personal examples, since obviously, like, your own experience might not be the same as everyone else's. So, for evidence, you usually want to state a source and a specific statistic or study that you got from that source. And when you are stating evidence, you want to say according to, and then your citations and your source. We'll be going over citations more in the next class. So, for impact, you want to terminalize this impact, or in other words, make this impact applicable to the average person, so applicable to the judge. For example, if we're going with the topic dogs are better than cats, and our assertion is dogs are better than cats because dogs are more playful, then your impact can be it is important to have a playful pet because a playful pet can keep you company and increase your mood. It is shown that a playful pet can increase your overall mental health, and it is important to have a good mental health for overall well-being and also your physical health, as dogs like to go out and go on walks a lot. So this is just one example of many different impacts that you can run. We can go into impact more in the next few classes, but just some general impacts is basically who it affects and how it affects people and why it is important. Why does this matter? Now let's move on to a fun resolution. So the topic today is going to be pineapple belongs on pizza. And during class today, I had my students write 2 AREIs each about this. However, I did not get it on recording. But despite that, I want you viewers to write 2 AREIs about this and make a comment or two about it so I can give you feedback on AREI structure. Before the end of class, I assign my students weekly homework to read the daily skim. You don't have to read the weekend skims. Obviously, this is just posted on YouTube, so I'm not going to be able to check your homework like an actual teacher does in real life. But I do strongly urge you to read the news because if you are a elementary student or a middle schooler and you want to be a successful debater in the future, it's important to know what is going on in the current world. This means wars that are going on, laws that are being passed, who's the president, maybe you don't know who the president is, who's in the Senate, just all of these things that you need to know about the world. So the Daily Skim basically posts very important things that happen in your daily life, hence the name Daily Skim. It sends you, once you subscribe to it, it sends you an email every day, and I want you to read all of the news stories that are there every day. It takes about 5 minutes every day, so just open up your laptop, iPad, or phone in the morning and just skim over the Daily Skim. And the weekend skims are not usually very relevant, as the weekend skims are the ones that consist of a lot of advertisements. So you don't have to read the weekend skims, but I strongly urge you to read the daily weekday skims. Thank you guys for watching this very first class. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be posting the next class as soon as possible. Thank you.